Rebels. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Vanderbilt Commodores, taking on last year's national champion, the Ole Miss Rebels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Commodores will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will be first on the attack. Jesse, we don't get many of these types of runners anymore, it seems, but this offense is built around a guy who can carry the ball 30, 40 times if they need it.
And he is every defensive coordinator's nightmare because it's only a matter of time with this guy before he's going to break the long one. He has incredible vision, he can cut, and it's the game-breaking speed, David, that makes him truly unique.
Yeah, and he sets the tone, man. More guys are going to be committed to stopping him in the run game. It sets the tone for the offense. It opens up everything else. It starts and ends with him.
And the Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Give to the running back. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down, and you see guys bleeding into the 2nd level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to throw on first down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Quick completion on the out. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Rebels.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field, and they cover the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's Miranda. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. So Vanderbilt's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot, not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Commodores with the 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Palmer. Under fire. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
And the Commodores send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. It's a draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. A little screen to the running back. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. On the play fake on 1st down to throw. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to throw, it's Palmer. Rushes on him. Right on the money. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So just make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
They punted away on fourth down. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To the air on first down. Here's a hit. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It's complete to the right. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. The give to the left side. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Going to swing it on second down. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Still on their side of the field, no problem. Going for it, 4th and short from the 44.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The Rebels will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Palmer. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
I love the job by the receiver there on the pro route against zone coverage because he finds the soft spot, but he also does a nice job coming back to the football, and it's not easy. When your quarterback's got a cannon like this guy does, and he's throwing a bullet at you, there's a lot of guys that would be hesitant and they would want to wait for the ball. Not this guy. He went and attacked it and secured the catch.
Off play action. Fires complete on the crosser. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Wow, well, the offense a play ago comes up with a big completion down the field, and they decide to go right back to another passing play to see if they can add on to it, and they were not able to protect the quarterback. Big missed opportunity.
The Commodores have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
You gotta love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now. You're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now 3rd down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
A big 3rd down coming, and hotty toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
And the Commodores will punt it away on 4th down. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Using the quick game. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Rolls it in. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a 2nd look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand.
Ready.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A 1st down for the offense. They'll go to the air. Here's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Gonna look downfield again. Pulls it in. It's Cunningham. Breaks into the open. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
The Rebels lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Got it, looking for the 1st down. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Penn State is getting taken to the cleaners today. We're talking heavy starch on a hanger, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. They're trailing by 21 to Indiana. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Handoff to the lone back. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle. And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain. Back to pass, it's Palmer. Makes the grab. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got a man, it's Vincent. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. They get to him as he throws. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Gain of 8
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Vincent. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Caught behind the line. It's Fowler. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Vandy.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to throw it to start the drive. He'll take a deep shot here. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
It's first down, but the just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Oxford. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's head back to the Grove at our Villas at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Rebels will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
The Commodores line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll take it on the return. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They want to run it left here. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Now the play fake. Buys a little time with his feet. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that, but you've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Rebels come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Off the play fake on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Vincent. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. Quick release on the RPO. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And the Commodores now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking to pass. It's Palmer. Pressure coming. The sure hands. It's Little. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
Looking to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard. And that hurts, missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
The give to the back. Turning it on. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on first down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
And the Rebels come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. The Rebels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The lone back's got it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
I'll tell you, this running back, he's running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Leaves it with the running back. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be...
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Rebels!
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, dude. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Bringing the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight up front. They're just getting beat across the board.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes the grab on third. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They'll start this drive going to the air. Complete. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Use the play fake, now to throw. Steps away to find some room. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. You can tell they pull the trigger so fast. Get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Under fire. And he just chucks it into the 4th row. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Running back searching for a hole. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Need.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. Going for the marker on the ground. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
Well, this guy hasn't quite put up Heisman numbers in this game, but in a moment where they need him the most, in the 4th quarter, look how strong he is running. Breaking tackles, he's been smart. He still has the ability to cut. He looks like he could play another 4 quarters.
Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throwing catch. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, David.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
Trying to do it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense.
I think that might be the very definition of just trying to rub salt in the wound, right? You got the lead. Multiple possessions, you're looking really, really good, late in the ball game, and you go for it.
There he goes. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunity.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes a catch at the 15. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw. and run on that one.
3-yard line. First and goal, Vanderbilt.
Looking for a man. It's Palmer. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback brought up 2 and sacked at the 12. The Commodores in the hurry up. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got the tight end. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes, but 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Get as far as you can and then get down. Don't take that hit. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air on 1st down. Got his man on the right. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. 1 more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. The give to the tailback. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
And the Rebels back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll give it to him again. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
It's hard to coaches this week. That's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
To the ground with the back. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The Rebels come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. And the Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll run it on first and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's going for the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Trying to pound their way in. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Trying to power it in. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Here's a throw downfield late. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds, and incomplete.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to have to happen a couple of different times if you're going to win this game.
And unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
One more play to pad the stats. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He wants a big play here late. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout.